Horror games are some of the most exhilarating types of games you can play, but these games are not just limited to one style either. Some will have you running around and hiding from whatever your threat is, while others will have you stand your ground but relying on your environment to save you. And then there are just those cheap jump scare games that have no real threat. You know what I'm talking about. But this game takes it in a complete different direction than any of those. This one lets you fight back. Now this is Into the Radius 2, and it is a phenomenal game. And not only is it a phenomenal game, but it also is absolutely terrifying. Now, how does this game scare you when you actively have a pistol at your side, or maybe even something bigger on your backpack? Well, let me show you. Holy shit! What the fuck? Now, as I've shown, this game does horror pretty well, and even just its environment, and something that you could actively avoid with hearing, but still scared me quite a bit. But this game has much more to offer than just its horror element. It has these beautiful landscapes from just morning to night of just both, while it is still terrifying, just perfect landscapes. And it is absolutely stunning. Now this game's environment is just perfect. It's got the destroyed roads everywhere that showed that it's been such a long time since anything's happened. All the rundown cars with rust and tires missing everywhere. To just even being lost in the forest sometimes, from that late evening to being encapsulated in darkness. And the best part of it all is that ever-looming radius in the background that manages to become the main point of any scene that it's in. Moving on from simping over the environment from this game, there is another aspect of this game which I feel is amazing as well, and that's the guns. They feel phenomenal. They've got the proper weight to them to make them feel like they're actually a firearm, and then the game almost makes you scared to shoot them, like they're too valuable with how much ammo is expensive and how much guns are valued. But even with that, the game still puts random bullet boxes and even sometimes just stray bullets throughout the environment to give you some more resources to help with. And that's just another small aspect of this game, is that it's resource management. Now, even with all of this in the game, you might be wondering, what is the point of this? And that is some missions on home base. Now, a lot of these missions will have you retrieve what's called an artifact, which most of the time is just some weird little objects surrounded by a lot of what are called anomalies. You know, those weird chair-looking things and orbs that explode, basically. You know what I'm talking about. But now, how do you find these anomalies? On your right arm, there is a little device that you'll see that basically beeps and annoys the shit out of you until you find it. Now, green means basically go, and blue meaning wrong direction. And the faster it beeps, the closer you are. All you have to do is pick it up and it will shut up. thankfully. But what do you get from these missions, you may be asking? Now, most of the time, it's just something like money or just some small little reward. But sometimes it'll be a lot more fun. Now, the visuals of this game aren't the only aesthetic, as I must say I am extremely anti-smoke, but just the visual and the audio of it in this game matches everything perfectly. This is just a small thing that I had to include, and I feel like it just fits the vibe absolutely perfect. But that's just a part of this game, a part of the vibe. To something as small as a cigarette can give the player a lot of comfort. Just something that fits the vibe perfectly, and I love it. I do. And as I said before, I am extremely anti-smoke, anti-vape, but this is just the most aesthetic thing in this entire game. Now, even with this amazing aesthetic and these even better guns, what do you get to use them on? Because in this game, the biggest threat is not the anomalies, it's not the artifacts in any way. It's these disgusting creatures that I can't even describe. There's like these weird tentacle things that shimmy around the floor, raise up into the air, and launch themselves at you like some sort of wannabe facehugger. But they're just so nimble and incredibly hard to hit, and I even had my first death to one. Oh, shut up. Here, you little fucking weirdo. Oh shit. How the fuck do I cock you? I thought you just kind of fired. Oh. Fucker. Can you shut up, you weird spider thing? But besides those little weird things, there's also a almost soldier-looking enemy, to where he literally just has a gun, which I feel fits. It works very well, and I just have to say, it's a very, very well done enemy design for this style of game. But not only do these enemies work well, they also let out this absolutely terrifying scream whenever they die, as if their soul has been released, or if they somehow started. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just the weirdest thing I think I've ever heard in a game. Oh no! What the hell? And that, my friends, is Into the Radius 2. Now, even though I didn't play this game, I don't think enough yet, which I will absolutely continue to do, but I just felt like for such little amount of time I put into this game, it was just so high quality. And keep in mind, this game is still in early access, so I highly recommend you go get it now while it's still on sale, I think. But that will be all. Thank you very much for stopping by. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later.